Hi, it's Andy from Pure Yorkshire Honey. So in today's video I'm going to try and put some supers on. We're at the end of April, very beginning of May, and the rate round here, it still isn't in flower yet in some places. It's been that cold, it's been that wet, but there is nectar coming in. We've had cherry, horse chestnuts out now, apples trying to come out, and hopefully this week we are going to see temperatures of about 17 18 degrees. So fingers crossed that the bees are going to get out. I'm also going to try a couple of different techniques. I'm going to super with queen excluders, and I'm going to try supering without queen excluders, just to see if there's a bit of a difference there. If you start looking into that subject, there is quite a debate whether they have the place doing certain things or not. They can exclude honey. So to stop me waffling on, let's go have a look. So we'll have a look into this one. This is one of the Northumberland honeys, queens, Luke and Susie. I'm sure you heard me mention them before. So this was in a nuke. If you've seen some of the previous videos, it was an overwintered nuke, and then they had about, there's a queen wasp there. So just move the camera there so you can see. So they were on a nuke, I double brooded them, and then I checked how many brood frames they had, and had about 9 frames of brood. So I decided to actually put them onto a double brood configuration, and I actually put a super on top, just to give them that sort of illusion with a bit of space. But as you can see, there's not loads of activity up here. They're up here having a bit of a nosy and a nibble, but we'll just have a look downstairs. And they've been coming on, just starting to build this foundation out. Obviously this is double brood now. The queen can come into both of these boxes, both are deep boxes. Let's just double check what you can see. Yeah, you can see okay. And you just see the bees is just starting to work in here. I'll just take the middle frame out. Just starting to build that up, a little bit of nectar in there. And just starting to work that, so the queen can soon come up there and potentially start laying eggs. What have we got on this one? Oh, we've actually got eggs on there. So I can come round to the camera, see if I can get it. I'll get some nice close-up shots so people can see some eggs. I'll highlight them. So that's good. So she's coming upstairs, which is good. We've still got new foundation that she needs to draw out, which is fine. I'd rather give them, because there was that much brood and there's still that much brood to hatch out, I just wanted to give them that extra space, because all of a sudden the numbers could double very quickly. That's really quite heavy actually. Oh. And obviously we're into the main brood chamber now. We've got brood there, brood there. What we got on there? Yeah, we do have eggs in there. Yeah, we have a small selection of eggs just in this area here. So they might start moving that nectar out and giving her a bit more space. Brood, all young brood. Well, just growing up. You can see the larvae in there. So when I keep saying about nice pearly white larvae, let's see if we can get it on there. See, that larvae is lovely and white. That's what you want. You want it as white as possible. If anything's a little bit off colour, then it could be a potential for EFB. It's worth getting it checked out by your mentor or the local bee inspector. There, that's a heavy frame. You can see that building drone comb at the bottom there. Lots of nectar there. That's a heavy frame. So obviously another thing is to look out for queen cells. They tend to hide them right in the corners, or they're right at the bottom. That looks pretty good. I like to say this shouldn't, but I don't really know until we properly check it. There's no point in assuming. Another frame. It's a nice, lovely frame. And that's brood. Eggs all in here. There's the queen. Get a bit of a close-up bit for Luke and Susie. So that's a Northumberland honey queen. And we'll put her back over here before. You certainly don't want to squash your queen. Frame of brood. Quick queen cell check. Nice frame of brood actually as well. A little bit of nectar in that as well. You can just tell by the weight. But what time? We're about 4:30. It's about 16 degrees, very overcast, so it's quite muggy. She's laid up in there, which is good. That's all good. So the temperament of the bees is really nice. Obviously I've not used any smoke. There's a lot of bees in here. Granted, there could be a lot of nurse bees. That's another frame. This is why I double brooded this one, just to give them that extra space. Yeah, they've started laying in the drone comb at the bottom there. Drone comb is bigger cell, so when you hear the term drone comb, you can see the cells there are a lot bigger than like the worker cells. I think worker cells are about 5.5 mil to 6 mil, where drone comb's more like 8 mil, I think. But you can certainly see the difference visually. I would like a lot of drones off this queen in the area, just because we're mating queens a lot this year and making some nukes up for people as well. So lovely pollen frame, lots of various different types of pollen, see by the colours, with a little bit of brood left over. Same in there. And then this one probably, it's brood in there as well, so yeah. And it's sort of we've got like pollen in there. So as you can see, there's a lot of brood. That's why I've double brooded this one. And I've added the super on as well, because I think all of a sudden the numbers are just going to go absolutely skyrocketing. You should really have a dummy board in there, just to take up that space. It's something I need to do. Need to make some. And it just stops them making extra burr comb in this back corner here. So pop this top box back on, and so you can still see we've still got bees up here, which more are going to start migrating upwards, helping to build that comb. There's going to be brood in there as well shortly, once those eggs hatch out and turn into larvae, so that'll encourage a lot more brood pheromone upstairs, so it will encourage more bees to come upstairs, it encourage the queen to come more upstairs. She'll start laying that up quite heavily, hopefully. She is last year's queen, so she's young. And then my theory is they'll then start moving up into here. What I've done, I've used drawn comb instead of foundation, just to make it a lot easier and encourage them a bit more, just because there is that bit of space. But hopefully we should end up with a little bit of honey. But with the weather as being like it has, we just don't really know. So that's Hive with a queen excluder, and I am actually trying another one without, but with a bit more foundation. So we'll go have a look at that one, which is over there, which was in a nuke last time you guys saw it but again, she was double brooded. She had lots of brood coming on, and you can see lots of activity on, but I haven't got a queen excluder on. So there's a lot of talk on the internet about whether queen excluders are any good, if they're honey excluders. So it's just something I'm trying for my own sort of benefit, just to see, because my theory is there's only one way to learn, and that's actually try it yourself and just see what works for yourself. So, but one reason why I put this on is to give them a lot more space all of a sudden, because again, they were coming on really well in that double brood nuke. And it just gives them that sort of space above them. In here I have actually got a bit of mixture of frames and feeders, foundation. We've already started building burr comb between them, but nothing of any substantial things yet. It has been a bit of a miserable week actually. So, but they are actually coming upstairs. Let's have a look at. Yeah, see, this is the thing, you see. She's already started laying in there. So that'll be interesting. And we've got drone comb as well, so obviously they're putting drones in upstairs. See, that's the thing without the queen excluder, you start giving them a little bit of free rein. So, but if it encourages them to start building comb up here, that'll work for me. And then once the numbers get up, I might just put a queen excluder on once they start building these frames out properly. And like I say there, that's where they're building a bit of burr comb. Actually, it's a good strong colony this actually, considering it was just an overwintered nuke. See if we can get that out. Pure beeswax, nice and white. So we've got brood there, nice frame of brood, lots of larvae in there. This queen is an F2 actually, off, I got a queen off Mark, I want to call him Pennington, I think, from Yorkshire Wolds Honey. Does a lot with the bellow, so if you've been to any of the shows, you probably would have seen Mark. He usually helps out. Look how much nectar these guys are bringing in. You know, that's all around the edge, and then we've got a nice brood pattern in here. And we've got pollen in there as well. So these guys are working really hard. So what I might do, if this is full of brood, I might double brood these as well. Instead of brood and a half. That's a pollen frame. That's obviously how I've organised it a little bit. Because as much as I don't want them to swarm, I don't really particularly want loads of brood up in my supers really, because it just creates a bit of an issue when you come to extraction. But that's all new, that's all getting freshly capped over, brood. So it's interesting. Let me know if some of you guys have tried not using queen excluders, especially at this time of the season, just to encourage them to start drawing fresh comb. I think we've got eggs in there, a little bit of speckles of nectar. And also with this hive, just because of where it is, I've actually gone the cold way with the frames, so they're actually in line with the entrance rather than across the entrance. I've always done it the warm way, which is that way onto the entrance, just because of our climate. That's a lovely brood frame. But just where this hive is situated for inspection purposes, I've done it this way just to see if it actually makes any difference, and just see if the brood pattern's slightly different, because I don't know if you guys noticed in nukes, I think the brood pattern's just slightly different, and the way they put the honey and the nectar and stuff. So just curiosity. There's just a few specks of nectar in there. Wouldn't surprise me if the queen's upstairs at the minute in that super. So, but we are meant to be having a reasonable week this week. Temperature's just starting to pick up. Lovely brood frame. No signs of any queen cells either, which is good. I'd like to say it shouldn't be, but plenty of nectar, loads of nectar. So they're bringing enough in for stores, but it's just any excess, they're probably not quite there yet, because we just haven't had the weather. But some of the favour hasn't even finished flowering yet. Yeah. Let's check that bottom edge, see, you've got a little queen cup there. Let's have a look at that one. Nah, it's just practicing. Yeah. Eggs in the middle, loads of nectar around the outsides, and a queen there. So like you say, this is an F2. She's an F2 queen, but actually a really nice colony, to be fair. Always has been. So, but we shall see. There's always that theory that F2s can be a bit aggressive, but I think it just depends on the bees and the climate and stuff like that. And hopefully, because she's on that frame, she might end up laying in this frame. But we shall see. But yeah, that's one thing I'm trying, just to give them that void up above them, is no queen excluder. But they've already, how's that pollen there? But she's already been upstairs and started laying. So I'll have to maybe just be on top of that a little bit. You can still obviously harvest the honey out, but obviously you put your queen excluder on, let that brood hatch out. They'll probably then backfill it as well with nectar, and then obviously it's ready to extract. You don't really want to be extracting with brood. It just creates a bit of a mess, really. Well, we're going to leave this open as well to create another bit of a void above them. So yeah, so that's just having a look. A colony with a queen excluder and a colony without. It'd be interesting to see how they come on. Both foot fires. One's an F1, one is an F2. I think I might run without a queen excluder in that hive now for spring. Now just thinking about it, it might be an interesting experiment, and it's probably something that everybody sort of potentially thought about at one point. Just see how far the queen will actually go up into those super boxes, or I suppose they're not really super boxes, are they, because there's no queen excluder, so shallow boxes. So yeah, it will be quite interesting. As for other videos that we're going to be doing, I'm going to do some grafting tomorrow, so I will be doing a lot of videos on grafting this year. One from our local queen, and we've obviously got the breeder queen, the buckfast breeder queen, and obviously we'll be starting to make some nukes and lots of splits, so there'll be quite a few videos on stuff like that. So hopefully you've all enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next one. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll see you there.